Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is the Oculus Rift S. This is a brand new VR headset from Oculus, and it is the flagship device from the company. This is a PC tethered headset, unlike the Oculus Quest, which I've looked at recently. This headset requires a gaming PC in order to run. This is an unboxing video to talk about the Oculus Rift S and to discuss what it's like versus the Oculus Quest and the original Oculus Rift, the design changes that have been made that improve it, and the reasons why I think it's got potential. Now, this is a similarly priced headset to the Oculus Quest, sitting at around £400, $400, which makes it quite accessible actually when you compare it with the other high-end flagship headsets out there. For example, the HTC Vive Pro, which is pushing over £1,000, and the Pro I has a similar price point, and the new Valve Index. All of those headsets are going to cost you quite a lot of money if you want to purchase them, well over £1,000 or $1,000 and upwards. This is remarkably cheap by comparison, and yet offers some performance increases and specification enhancements over the previous model. So the Oculus Rift S, for example, has a resolution of 2560 by 1440, which compared to the Oculus Rift, which only sported 2160 by 1200, is a mild improvement. It does, however, only have an 80 Hz refresh rate. The original Oculus Rift had 90 Hz, and the Oculus Quest has 72. I made a mistake in a previous video stating it as 80 Hz, but it's actually 72. However, Oculus have implemented some clever asynchronous time warp technology and lens improvements, which mean that you should see a reduced screen door effect and visual tearing, and results in a smooth gaming experience. Now, inside the box you get the headset itself, some setup instructions, warranty information, and the standard touch controllers. Now, you'll note the design of the touch controllers is very similar, if not exactly the same, as the Oculus Quest. They are similar to the original Oculus Rift controllers, so if you're moving from one to the other you won't find it a problem, except the loops on these controllers are now on top. That is to allow the inside-out tracking sensors to be able to track the movements of your hands while you're playing without the need for external base stations. Now, the lack of external base stations is a highlight to this design almost certainly, because the sensors are built in to the top, sides and front of this headset. It means that you can track your movement within the room, and that's 6 degrees of freedom movement as well, so ducking, diving, dodging is not a problem. And it also can track the controllers with ease. You no longer need base stations or IR blasters set up, and this means that you can plug it into a lot more gaming machines. This means also that the headset only has a single USB connection and a DisplayPort connection. So where previously on the Oculus Rift you required 2 USB connections for the 2 base stations and 1 for the headset, you now only need 1. This makes it a lot easier, and I've had experience when playing with gaming laptops, for example, where trying to find enough USB ports was a bit of an issue. I also had it with my standard machine where keyboards, mice, headsets and other things are plugged in, and there just aren't enough spare slots for it, so it's a real pain. So this new inside-out tracking system means you drop the number of USB connections and you've got a lot easier setup process. It also means far less faff every time you set up, and you don't need to worry about the base stations getting knocked and being out of sync. You can see a close-up of the controllers here, very comfortable, and they've got the same sort of ergonomic design as the original Oculus Rift and the Oculus Quest. They're also battery powered and connect easily, pairing with the system. A highlight to the new Oculus Rift system is the use of these touch controllers to paint out the room and paint out the Guardian borders for the room. The Oculus Rift S has a new path storage system, which is essentially a virtual view of the room that enables you to see the room that you're in, but also to paint the area you're going to be playing in, to establish that and set it up as the space, play space. This is a much easier setup process than having to put the headset on the floor and walk around the room with the controller in your hand and all the other faff that you have to do each time you set up, so it's going to be a lot more joyful. The other things of note that you'll see especially later on in the video when I compare with the Oculus Quest and the original Oculus Rift, are the design changes that have happened with the Oculus Rift S. So you'll note, if you've been paying attention, that there is a Lenovo branding on the side of this headset. That's because Lenovo was involved in the design process. They helped with the creation of the headband. Now that headband has also been present on Lenovo's Windows Mixed Reality headset, and it essentially offers a lot more comfortable fit. There's an adjustment wheel on the back, which I'll show you a bit later on, which allows you to slip the headset on and just turn the wheel to make it tighter or looser, and a nice fit, which is fantastic. You can see it a bit closer here as I get the wires off. And here you can see a close-up of the cables. As I was talking about, there are just 2 cables now. So although the Oculus Rift S isn't wire-free like the Oculus Quest, it does need less wires in order to work, which makes it more comfortable.
The sensor that works out.
Here, another close-up of the lenses, and you can see the sensor that works out when the headset is on your face, as well as warnings about how to keep the lenses clean and not exposing them to direct sunlight. Now, part of this new design includes the microphones and the button to adjust the spacer on the front of the lenses. It also includes these integrated speakers. Now, they've ditched the integrated headphones in favour of these rear-firing speakers. That originally started with the Oculus Go and then appeared on the Oculus Quest. Basically, these are speakers, small little speakers that fire into your ears directly because of where they're positioned on the headset, which means you get a good audio experience. It does also mean you ditching headphones, which means less cables and more comfort. They are spatial speakers as well, so they're capable of surround sound, but they don't offer the most immersive experience. Here you can see the Oculus Quest compared alongside the Oculus Rift S, which has somehow already got dirty even though it's just come out of the box, which is incredible. You'll note both these headsets lack headphones of any sort. However, you can use a 3.5mm jack if you have it, so you can put your own headphones on for a more immersive experience, and both those headsets offer that capability. I do find it strange they haven't allowed users to use a USB headset or a USB-C pair of headphones, which is a bit of an odd design choice considering that more phones are moving towards USB-C connections and Bluetooth connections, and that most gaming headsets require USB connection. Here you can see I'm stacking them all up and showing off the original Oculus Rift, which is looking a bit tatty and worn out now. But actually that highlights another design enhancement. The new headband means that things are a lot neater. On the original Oculus Rift there were 3 straps for adjusting the size of the thing. Now there's only 1 strap on top and the adjustment wheel, so it's a lot easier to put this headset on and take it off again, and to fit it to your comfort. The difference here, actually quickly pointing out the difference between the Quest and the Oculus Rift S, is there are only 4 inside-out tracking sensors on the Quest, and there are 5 on the Oculus Rift S. You've got 2 on the front, 2 on the sides, and 1 on the top, which means this headset is theoretically better at tracking the controllers and your movement and the room versus the Quest. Here you can see the difference the lack of speakers makes. So this has been an unboxing video and overview of the Oculus Rift S. Hope you found it insightful. Please check back soon for my full and detailed review, and check out a comparison with the Oculus Quest. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you enjoyed it, found it useful, interesting, or humorous, or all of the above. If you did, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, and also drop me a comment and let me know what you liked. And if you really didn't like it, please let me know the reasons why as well, with constructive feedback that I can use to improve my future videos. Any feedback is always appreciated. And if you have the time, please consider subscribing to my channel so you get to see more awesome content from me in future. I'm always looking to grow my follower base and also to keep carrying on producing interesting content on a variety of gaming peripherals, gaming videos, tips, tricks, unboxings and all sorts of other things. Let me know what you like from my channel and if there's anything you'd like to see more of. Thanks very much for your time. Have a great life.